I have an intense amount of makeup to review for you today, and specifically we are going to be talking about drugstore makeup. I have focused on and gathered a bunch of drugstore makeup. I'm going to be telling you what is good, what is not, what to pick up. Let's get into it. Alright, so some of this makeup I actually have had in my collection or have had in my to review basket for a long time. Like, I am not known for being the fastest reviewer ever. I am doing my best though. I was actually on a roll until things happened and I had to dial back a little bit. But I've really been trying, so bear with me. Let's start out with a product that I think I've had in my collection for about a year now. These are the Revolution Air Blur Soft Matte Liquid Lipsticks. I bought a bunch of shades. I did a lip swatch video and I really enjoyed these. I enjoy them. What happened, you might ask? I was asking myself that as well. Like, how come I was too scared to share with you my final thoughts? And I think I figured it out. The thing is that usually I will not like these kind of like sheer, buildable, blurry liquid lipsticks. I won't like them because they are too drying. They emphasize like lip lines, they emphasize dryness. I do not like usually this type of formula, so I started doubting myself. I thought, how is it possible that I like these so much? And I just didn't go back to actually be able to make that final conclusion and to really understand what is going on. So recently I applied one of these again and wore it like all day, and I just had to conclude that I love these. These are so comfortable, they look really smooth, and the thing is, as they wear off a little bit throughout the day, because this is not a transfer proof formula, it is just blurring and creamy and like soft, but it's not like all of the color disappears, but a little bit will wear off. As it wears off a little bit, it doesn't become dry, and that is just such a unique experience for me with these types of lip products. I just couldn't believe it, but it was time to accept it. I really enjoy these. We have beautiful colors, they look great on the lips, they wear well, they are comfortable, they are not drying, and they just look smooth and nice. Like, they are not a full-on pigment liquid lipstick, so if you're looking for that, I would guide you towards, like, they're a little bit more expensive, but I would guide you towards like the ABH, what were those called, the soft matte blurring lip velvets, I think they are. I feel like if you are like me and you usually don't like this style of lip product, I'd say probably you'll like the ABH as well, and then this is kind of like the next best thing. Like, these are actually really good and much more affordable than those. Another formula that I really took my sweet time with is the Revolution liquid blushes, the Super Dewy Blush Burst. I bought all of the shades, I think, and I did a cheek swatching video, but then I had like my mental break, well, no, not really a mental breakdown, but I had to take a little bit of a break from YouTube, and I kind of forgot about these. Also, once you have like unpacked these, like you have to take off the plastic to be able to use them, you cannot know. You have to guess. Like, you have to like look at the color and smell the scent, because the scents are different for each color, and then you have to guess which shade it is, and that makes it much harder for me to review these, because I will look at the bunch of liquid blushes that I have from Makeup Revolution from this range, and I'll just be like, I don't even know which one to grab. So yeah, it's not practical. I don't understand it. Like, just put the name on the packaging, please. It's not that hard. Just put it somewhere. I guess it would cost them more money, and that is the reason, but just give me the name, okay? Besides that, I do think these are really nice blushes. They are very scented. Like, the scent on them is strong. They are very buildable, blendable, non-sticky. They have a nice like natural sheen, no glitter. It's also not like too matte or flat. It's a nice formula. We have some different kinds of shades. I, as I said, have a video like cheek swatching all of these, and I'll probably insert some here as well. This is quite a nice formula, but it's just so impractical to not know the names, and also the scents are very strong. I think the level of scent is definitely comparable to the Huda Beauty blush filters. Like, it's along those lines, and it's a lot. It's intense. And we are just starting off with a lot of things that I tried a long time ago. It's it's time to review this. So this is the Maybelline New York Fit Me BB Nude with SPF 50 in shade 10. I have realized, by the way, I can already smell the like SPF scent that this has just having it in my hands close. Like this has quite a strong SPF scent. I have realized that I'm not really the right audience, I think, for this kind of product, because I will just slap on a bunch of SPF in the morning. Like I'm not really much of a reapplier unless it's actually like really sunny out and it's actually like summer. And like I'm not reapplying all day because also I am sitting inside a lot of the day. Like my work is inside behind my desk. I film YouTube videos. Like I will go outside for a walk and things, but I don't feel like I need to reapply. I don't feel like I need to add extra layers of SPF. I also feel like SPF just makes formulas a little bit heavier and a little bit more strongly scented. Not that I mind this SPF skin tint per se. I felt like it looked pretty good. It was pretty easy to blend. I quite like the shade 10 on me. Like it was quite nice. Nothing really to complain about. Like I wore it again. It dries down. It's not sticky. It's not heavy. It's just that scent. But I just kind of feel weird in a way to apply this when it's not really necessary, when it's not that sunny out. Like now it's sunny, but like the sun like power, I don't know what it's called in English, but the sun power is like 0 or 1. So you would have to be outside for a whole day for you to get maybe a little bit tan or maybe a little bit of a sunburn. Depends on your skin as well. So yeah, I like it. It's quite nice, but I just feel like I don't really understand. Maybe that's just me, and you'll think, wow, okay, nice, there is an SPF skin tint that is actually quite nice on the skin. I just don't really understand the point of them. Like, why do all my different makeup products need to have SPF? The only thing I really understand is like SPF lip balms, because I'm not putting my SPF cream on my lips. Another lip formula that I did a lip swatching video on, for some reason there's kind of like this lip swatching curse when I will enjoy a formula, buy a bunch of shades, do a lip swatching video, and then I'll be like, okay, that's it, and forget about it, even if I like the formula. So these are the L'Oreal, what are these called? Do we have the name on this packaging? No, we do have the name of the shades. Oh wait, this is a Lacque Resistance. So these are kind of like the Maybelline Final Inks in that they are kind of sticky as you apply them. They stay glossy. They are kind of like thick and long wearing. These, I have some notes on, but I'm also not saying that I really dislike these, but these are definitely not my favorite long wearing lip products. I feel like the stickiness on these stays quite a long time. Like it takes quite a long time for the stickiness to go down. So I find it a little bit uncomfortable, and it can be a little bit drying. It really depends. Besides that, it wears for a long time. They have quite nice shades. It looks smooth on the lips. I feel like a lot of people could enjoy these, and I sort of enjoy these. Like I do enjoy them, but I just feel like that stickiness is kind of keeping me from just applying these without really thinking. And that's the same what I have with the... I feel like there's something on my face. My face is itchy. It's like the Final Inks. Those are also a little bit too sticky for me in the end. Like I have some shades and I did quite enjoy them when I tried them at first, but I just feel like the stickiness is keeping me back. I just like, for example, the What's Up Beauty long lasting liquid lipsticks that they came out with pretty recently. I like those a lot more because those just aren't that sticky. Let's get into some Catrice. I have some products from the Midnight Sun collection. I feel like I already reviewed something from this collection. I have some lippies somewhere in my basket. I have it on the floor here. There's a lot of makeup here in the basket on the floor. I have some lippies, but I don't see them right now, and I feel like I would really have to dig through, so we'll get to them. But this collection also fell victim to my like YouTube break. I bought this, and then in the time that it took to get to me, I was like, okay, no, I need a break. So we have the bronzing drops, and actually these are quite shimmery in a way. These are really just what bronzing drops are usually like, they're a little shimmery, they are very warm. I feel like they emphasize some texture. I feel like a lot of people could enjoy them. Like if you're someone who likes those shimmery bronzing drops, you could still enjoy these, but this just really isn't for me. And I don't really see myself using this like all over the face or more as a pinpointed bronzer, because it's just a little bit too warm tone and golden shimmery. And I just feel like the balm that I have been trying, that I've been using from the new Essence update, the bronzing balm, that one is a little bit more neutral and less like overly golden shimmery, and I like that one a lot more, even though that one is really scented. This one I believe also has somewhat of a scent to it. Yeah, it has a little bit of a like sweet, maybe a little bit vanilla scent to it. It's not too overpowering, but it's definitely scented. I just like that balm more on myself. I feel like it fits my skin tone more. Like this is just very liquidy, it's not sticky. It is just a type of product that we've seen before. I don't feel like it's anything special, and it's not really for me, but you might enjoy it. As I said, like I don't think there's anything wrong with this product in itself for what it is trying to be. And then we have the blush drops, and I felt like these were a little bit hard to apply, a little bit hard to use, a little bit patchy. I feel like this is probably something that you can make work. I don't even know if these are still available in any way anywhere. Sometimes online you can still find things, but also Essence, Catrice, like drugstore brands, like to come out with things again and again and again in different packaging, just a slightly different version of it. And yeah, these blush drops, I feel like these are my least favorite, but that is usually the case with these like bronzer highlighter drops when drugstore brands or brands come out with them. I just feel like this is a really, really warm pink. It's not as shimmery, but I just felt like it was pretty difficult to make look good as a blush. And this is just not the type of product that I would mix in. So actually in the end, I did enjoy like the highlighter the most, like all over the face, not as a pinpointed highlighter. I don't feel like this was not my favorite collection from them for sure. Like this was very much okay to me. I feel like this is a product that a lot of people have been raving about. A lot of people have said that they like this, and I fear I do not join them in that sentiment. This is the Cheek Thrills Multi-Finish Face Trio by Morphe in shade Blind Date. I've seen this in favorites videos, and I feel like it's okay. I love the shade of this. First up, I do love the shade of this. This has 3 different formulas. We have a cream blush, a kind of like glowy cream blush, and then a powder blush. I feel like the cream and the powder are actually quite nice, but I bought this for the combination of everything together, and I just feel like every time I use this kind of like glowy blush as a topper or like mix it in, I feel like it makes it all look a little bit uneven and a little patchy, and it just doesn't really give me what I was expecting from this palette. I don't think this is like an actual bad product, and I feel like a lot of people will enjoy this or would enjoy this, like it's in people's favorites videos, but I was just a little bit disappointed by this, and I just felt kind of disappointed. I was just like, I want this all to work together and do what I wanted to do, and it didn't fully do that. I don't know if it's me, if it's my skin, like what is going on, but I just felt like this wasn't exactly the type of formula that I would want it to be. I think maybe it's a little bit too like almost balmy. Like it's not really super glowy. It's not really giving me like a shine or like a fresh glow. I was just expecting something a little different. Sometimes it's just hard to explain. Sometimes you just don't vibe with a certain product. It happens. Alright, this one. I tried this one off camera. I've been trying some Rimmel off camera. I was just personally very like interested in it. And Rimmel is a brand that is quite easy to get here in the Netherlands. You usually get quite good deals if you wait for the right time. So this is the Multitasker Concealer, and I got it in shade 010 Porcelain. I feel like this dries down so quickly that it is almost impossible to blend out. I feel like this is one where you have to like put it on, blend it out immediately. Like you do not have time. There is no time. You have to apply it in one spot and then blend it out. You cannot like go over, apply it all over your face and start blending it out. It will have dried down. And I just feel like that is very impractical. I don't want to feel rushed like that while doing my makeup. I need a little bit of time, okay? I need a little bit more time, just relax, okay? Like doing makeup for me should be a relaxing experience. Except if it's like 6 in the morning, I have to go to work, I have to go into the office, then it's not as relaxing, but I will still try to take my time and pick like easy to use products, like easy go-to products. This just isn't that. Like, I have to think about this way too much. I feel like I've talked about this so many times already. Why is it in my review basket? I must have put it there for a reason, and otherwise I'm gonna talk about it again, and I feel like this product deserves it. So this is the Essence Get the Glaze Swirl Creamy Blush. This is the best cream blush that I have tried in ages. Like, this is amazing. It's a warm, soft pink. This is kind of balmy looking. It's kind of like glowy without being shimmery, but then it isn't sticky and it is very blurring. This is like the unicorn of cream blushes. This was in my favorites of the year. I have to put this here right in front of me. This is an amazing formula, and I would be so happy, but probably it won't happen, but I would be so happy if Essence came out with like a full range of shades of this formula in their regular range. It would be a dream come true. This bronzer also almost became like a permanent resident in my to review basket. This is the Catrice Wonder Woman bronzer stick. This is in shade 010 Be Amazing. I think this is quite a nice shade. I think it's quite a nice formula. It's easy to blend. It's skin-like. Is a little bit more on the toasty side, but I don't feel like it's orange or super yellow. It's just kind of like more brown and rich. This is quite a nice bronzer. I don't really have any complaints about it, except the shape of this product. I just cannot get on board with this. It's definitely a personal problem. I think a lot of people will like this, and this is probably something that you could still find online on sale. I find it a little bit of an awkward shape to draw on, and I feel like just turning it like this, it all feels so awkward when it's a triangle. Maybe I'm missing something here. It could definitely be me in this situation, but that is a reason that I didn't really pick it up and use it again and again and again. I feel like I have other products similar to this in a packaging that I enjoy more. A positive thing I could say about it is that this won't roll off your table. Okay, another Rimmel product that I have been testing. I did do a short with this one. This is the Multitasker 3-in-1 bronzing stick, and I got it in a lighter shade. This is 001 Light. This is kind of balmy. You can build it up. Like, it's not the most balmy, emollient, like oily thing, but the first time that I tried it, I was like, okay, this feels more oily than pigmented. It isn't sticky. You can build it up. It is just very warm toned, which is not my preferred bronzer, but if you like kind of like a subtle buildable bronzer, because it's definitely something where you if you want to have a more bronze look, you have to really like build it up. If you want a subtle kind of like thinner, slightly oily feeling bronzer that is a little bit more warm toned, like for fair, warm skin, then you might like this. But it wasn't like truly a match for me. This one has also been in my collection for such a long time. But we're here now. So this is the Moira Glow Show Liquid Highlighter, and I have it in shade, what is it? 001 Vanilla Bliss. This is really glowy, it's smooth. It's a really beautiful, really light, like champagne. It's really nice. It's easy to use. It's a beautiful highlighter. I kind of like almost forgot about this because I was like done reviewing it, threw it in a basket. Yeah. Sometimes I do not put eyes on a product like this in my ready to review basket for a long time. But this is actually really nice. I do really enjoy it. It's been a while though. It's been a while since I applied this, but I remember good things. Another product. Oh wait, I have another product. Two lip products from the Essence Get the Glaze collection. We have the Get the Glaze lip cream. I thought that this looked so cute with the little swirls, with the pink gloss, with the swirls. I was really excited. I think this is just way too sticky. It's thick and sticky, hard to apply. It looks weird. You have to get some off, but it's still sticky. This is not a good product. Like, I can imagine if you are someone who really loves a sticky gloss that you might be able to make this work, but for me this was way too sticky and it didn't look even on the lips. And then we have to Get the Glaze, a brown sugar glaze, and this, I love the packaging so much. It looks so cute, it moves around. I loved the whole vibe of this collection, but this was just once again a little bit of a miss. So this is like a shiny lipstick, and this just emphasizes the lip lines on me so bad. It looks uneven. It just isn't a great product on me. I do feel like there's something with my lips where products will more easily, more quickly like look uneven on the lips. So it might still be that this works on other people. It might look good on other people with less like lip lines or less dry lips, but this wasn't a success for me. Alright, more essence. This is the Aloha Babes collection liquid blush in 01 Sun Rays and Island Days. This is just really patchy, hard to blend, hard to apply. I don't know what happened here. They are just really into this packaging now. I don't love the packaging either, but the fact that this is patchy makes me just not want to use it at all. It's just not a big success. I like the color, like I like the idea of it, but it didn't work. Okay, I found the lippies from the Catrice Midnight Sun collection. So we have CO1 Meet Me at Midnight and CO2 Dancing into Midnight. So if you've been here for a little longer, you might know about the Catrice curse. Last year, almost every collection that I tried had some faulty packaging when it came to Catrice, and this one I tried to use it and just the whole bottom of it just flew through the room. It was impossible to put it back on. It was a situation I couldn't save. So these are kind of like these twist up lip products, and then there's just a little bit of gloss coming out of the little hole of the like metallic applicator. I don't know, man. I don't know. I must have pissed off like the great grandmother of the founder of Catrice or something like that. Maybe in a past life I was the bully in school of the founder of Catrice. I don't know what they have against me, but I am being haunted. This one is still fine though, the CO2. You can twist it up like this. This one seems to work, but ooh, okay, here we have a little bit of product. These are kind of okay. I don't love them. I'm happy that I don't love them that much, otherwise I would be really sad about this happening. These are very minty. These are very cooling, very minty. I don't feel like they feel super like comfortable on the lips to me, and I felt like they smelled really strong of like, I don't know how to put this, like I don't know what it smells like, but I didn't enjoy the scent either. Like they did look kind of cute on the lips. I cannot deny that. They looked glossy, they looked kind of nice. But just the scent, it's just like this weird scent. I cannot put my finger on it. And the mintiness, I'm not a huge fan of. They didn't last for a really long time. Not a fan. This one has been in my life for such a long time, and I've put this in my ready to review basket over and over and over again. But every time I was like, okay, I have so many things to review. I need to make some decisions. And I thought, okay, maybe W7 isn't like the most important thing right now. You might disagree, but I feel like W7 isn't like the most popular brand on my channel. This is the Blushful Cream to Powder Blusher, and I have it in shade Sassy. This is a really interesting product. It's a cream product, but every time it really dries down. Like now, this is hard as a rock. Basically no color is coming off. Like this is everything that's coming off, and you have to kind of like dig through the layer of it being dried out, and then you will get to the creaminess again. But then you have to take off a layer. This is quite a nice cream blush. There's nothing really wrong with it besides that. It blends well, it looks pretty good. It's a pretty nice shade, but there's just not something about this that really makes it stand out. I feel like this is just okay. Like there's nothing extra easy or extra pretty or extra convenient about this one. Alright, this one, also one that has been in my life for such a long time. Okay, maybe I should just stop saying that. This is the Beauty Creations blush stick, and I got it in Coquette Pink. This, I just don't think that this is my best shade. This really light, bright lilac. Like I like lilac blushes, but these just are a little bit too like lightening on my skin. It makes me look very fair, and it's not really my goal to look more fair than I already am, because I'm already quite fair. The formula of this is really nice. It's very skin-like. It's easy to blend. I like the packaging. It's like nice and magnetic. It's just very convenient. Like there's nothing wrong with this. It actually looks really great on the skin. The color is just the reason that it took me a long time. I don't know if I'm liking it so much that I want to grab another color. Like in the meantime, like in those months that this has been with me, I haven't grabbed another color. I don't know if there's another color that really speaks to me that much. The formula is nice. With this one I'm pretty fast. So this is the Catrice Soft Embrace Soft Blur Primer and Beautifier. This is a blurring primer. The packaging is very hefty, weighty, feels very luxurious. When I first tried this, I said, well, my foundation is kind of like peeling on top. What is going on? I was using too much. Okay, it was user error. I can admit that. If you use just a little bit of this, it's very blurring. It looks very good. It looks very smooth. I didn't feel like it was drying. It wasn't overly hydrating. It was just a blurring primer. And I think for a blurring primer that this is a great one. It works. Things blend on top easily. You just need to grab like a pea-sized amount and be very like specific with the placement. Okay, this collection. There were just some things in this collection that didn't really grab my attention, obviously. These are things from the Catrice Spring Awakening collection. So that's about a year ago that this came out. This Cheek Awakener is a color changing cheek stick. It's just not really for me. I don't like pH changing products. It looks really interesting like this. Like it looks like such an interesting blush, but that shimmer you don't really see on the cheeks, and then it's just kind of like this pinky stain. Like if you wait a little bit, it becomes this pinky stain. It's kind of cute on the cheeks. Like it's not horrible. It is just not my preferred formula because I feel like cheek stains, they do not have the ability to blur your cheeks and to make them look more smooth and more even. Like this is just very, very, very natural. I think it looks really fun. Like the packaging is beautiful. The way it looks in the stick, like that shimmeriness, it looks really beautiful. I just was kind of disappointed by it, just by the fact that it is just a pH staining blush. Like we've seen so many times, there's not really a difference in the color. It just turns like a shade of pink, and it's just a little bit like a creamy stain on the cheeks. I don't think you'll be able to find this. Not my favorite. This one, the Air Fluff Primer, actually pleasantly surprised me when I started using this again recently to really make up my mind. This is a primer that comes out in kind of like this foam, which is not the most convenient way to apply, but of course it's fun. Comes out in this foam, and it's kind of like, it's hydrating, feels a little bit oily but not too thick or sticky. Like it just really is a hydrating primer, great for dry skin. And I just wished it didn't have any perfume in it, otherwise I could see myself wearing this quite a bit because it's so hydrating. It's actually really nice for dry skin. I was actually impressed when I used this again. Alright, we have more from the Catrice Spring Awakening collection. The packaging on this is just, it's so cute. I don't know what happened with me in this collection. It just totally like slipped my mind. So we have these clicky sticks. We have CO3 Peach Inspiration, which is kind of like this light peachy thing. You can click these up. These are cute. Like they look smooth and glossy on the lips. Nothing like too crazy special. This is shade CO2 Dose of Confidence. It's also pretty cute. They are quite nice. Like they are a little bit minty. Like I can feel the tingly minty sensation on my hands right now. Like these are pretty cute, but nothing about them was so special that I wanted to reach for these a lot. And I feel like these came out at a time that a lot of these style of products came out. I don't feel like these really stand out, but it's also not a bad product. I have here, what is this? From what collection is this? Oh, the Catrice Underwater Secrets lip glosses. And this collection was interesting. It was an interesting collection. These also just have a very strong scent. I don't really enjoy the scent. These are just clear glosses. I wouldn't say there's actually something special about these. Like these are just okay. Oh wait, one of these also broke, right? What happened with this? I feel like one of these broke, but now they seem fine. Did it magically heal itself? Maybe. Wasn't the problem with these that one of these just lost the stopper? Like the stopper was just stuck in the cap. Wasn't that the story? Like it's been such a long time. These are okay. Once again, they are just like a jelly kind of cooling feeling formula that is just sheer. It has a very strong scent. Catrice does these a lot with their summer collections. From the Catrice Holiday collection, this was the Holly Glazing collection, I believe. Yes, we have two liquid blushes. I actually quite enjoy these liquid blushes, especially the light pink one. These are pretty easy to blend. They have a natural sheen to them, pretty colors. It's just that this dark purple one is just a little bit too dark on me. It's just a little bit too pigmented. It's not gonna blend into my skin in a very natural way. Like this is very pigmented. So this is not for my skin tone. I'm gonna give this away to someone. The light pink I did really like. It was soft. It was subtle, this light pink, but I don't know, it's just a pretty easy to use formula, pretty easy to blend and build up. This Colourpop Lip and Cheek Balm in Lucky You is one that I actually have been using quite a bit. This is really nice. It's kind of like this balmy thing, but it isn't sticky. It has a balmy glow. It's kind of similar to that Swirl blush that I just showed you from Essence, in that it looks kind of like a glossy. It doesn't have shimmer, it just looks kind of like balmy, but it isn't sticky. It has a nice amount of pigmentation. This one is just a little bit less blurring than that Essence one. That one just looks so good on the skin. This one is really nice. I've actually really been enjoying it. I really like the color, like this soft pink, really beautiful. We have another product. The order in which I'm doing things today is not making sense, I realize. But I have too many things here. I apologize, but I'm not changing my method now. I realize for next time I will be more organized, I promise. Alright, so this is the Catrice Hollow Glazing Candy Lip Glaze CO1. And this one was one that they released kind of like separately from the other things. Like it's part of the same collection, but it wasn't up on like Boozy Shop at the same time, and it's kind of like separate display in stores. This is really thin, it's glowy, it is quite a nice product. Like it's not bad, but for me it's a little bit too thin, didn't have enough hydration, was just a little bit too lightweight. It's just very thin. It has a glossiness to it. It's kind of like this light berry shade. It's sort of cute, but I was hoping for a little bit more of a substantial formula that you really feel on the lips and that just stays on for a little bit longer than this does. Then I have here two Beauty Bay by Beauty Bay lip products that I tried kind of like in secret. I didn't really tell you about these. So this is the Lip Plump. This has tripeptide and hyaluronic acid. This is the original shade, which I don't know if they put it on here, but this is kind of like a pinky shade. I have such a kind of like love-hate relationship with this. This is very minty, feels very plumping, it's very intense on the lips and it's very sticky. But at the same time, this is one of the most hydrating lip products that I've ever put on my lips. If I put this on my lips at night, I won't really wear it during the day. I don't feel like it's very practical with how sticky this is. I wouldn't buy this for the color because it's so sticky and thick. But if I wear this, if I apply this at the start of the night and I wear this all throughout the night, this will still be on my lips in the morning and my lips will feel so hydrating. I have actually missed this product. This has been in the bottom of this basket and I have thought about this so many times. My lips have been feeling dry since I have not used this that much anymore because I was like, okay, time to review it. This has become a staple. I hate that it is so like plumping feeling, but I feel like that stickiness and the thickness that this has really helps with hydration. Then we have this by Beauty Bay Hyper Gloss Lip Click. This is one of their newer products with their kind of like rebrand. I think this one is as well. So this one is really like that click stick. It's a really beautiful kind of like brownie pink color. But this is more of a creamy click stick. It feels almost like a thinner glossy cream lipstick. Sometimes these click sticks are a little bit more like jelly, a little bit more thin. It's more easy to like see through. This is really like that creamy formula. It's very nice and hydrating, looks super smooth and glossy on the lips. Actually really, really beautiful on the lips. I've been thinking I have to film a application short with this, but there are so many things that I still want to film for shorts. I definitely want to do this soon. This is beautiful. And I bought more shades. That's how much I like this. Alright, let's talk about these new Revolution gloss sticks. Well, they are not that new anymore, but they are relatively new. I did do a short lip swatching all of these. I have mixed feelings about this formula. I feel like the more colored ones are kind of like thick and goopy. It's not that they are unusable. I could definitely see an audience for this. Like if you're more into those very pigmented glossy lipsticks, you could still like this. I just felt like these were a little bit too heavy for me. And then we also have this one shade which is called Shimmer Sugar Cookie Pink. And this is beautiful. This is a little thinner. It is more about the shimmer. It's less about the color. It's more see-through. This is stunning. It's hydrating. It looks like such a nice wet look on the lips. It's kind of like a lip topper. Should I apply a little bit? Should I be spontaneous and apply a little bit? Do you even see that with this lip look? I might regret applying more. It just adds shine without being too thick, without being too goopy. This is actually really beautiful. I like this one a lot, but it's also because it's not supposed to be like a full-on pigmented lip gloss stick. I feel like overall this isn't Makeup Revolution's best lip formula. Okay, we have a glazing eyeshadow duo by Catrice from the Holly Glazing collection, and this one is it's kind of nice, but I don't love it. The thing with this is you can do a pretty cute look with these. I have done pretty cute looks with these, but these shimmers are a little bit on the thicker side, and that is not what I prefer. I just feel like they're a little bit crumbly and thick, and they could have been a little bit more thin and maybe a little bit more glowy. Like, this is not my favorite shimmer formula, but it's definitely usable. I think a lot of people could enjoy this. For me, it's just not exactly there. I feel like Catrice could do a little better. And I know they could do a little better because they have come out with so many beautiful like single eyeshadows. Okay, more Catrice. This is the Catrice Blush Stick Dewy Blush Stick. I had a question about like where are some of the products that were in the Era Senses collection? Why aren't they in the Catrice update? Well, one of them was this one, and this was limited edition. So they had a few limited edition products and a few that were like the preview for the actual update. So this is super dewy, super balmy, kind of like sticky balmy. This doesn't dry down, it's very sheer. This is if you want a really natural look and you don't mind stickiness. Like, this is as balmy and dewy as it gets. For me, this doesn't make much sense. I don't find this very practical because things will stick to it. Like, you will be catching bugs, you'll be catching like dust, cat hairs will attach themselves to your face, and you will look in the mirror at the end of the day and be like, wow, what have I caught? What in the fly paper is this? So yeah, not really for me. If you like super balmy things, might be for you. Alright, time for another unpopular opinion. This is the Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Balm by Colourpop. This is a tube style glossy, light pink, lippy. It smells very sweet. Like bubblegum, like very sweet. The thing with this is that it was very drying. Like, my lips after wearing this felt so dry. I don't know what is in here that made me feel that way. By the way, this is shade Strawberry Milk. This was so dry. I feel dehydrated just talking about it. Like, this literally sucked all of the life out of my lips. It looked cute, it was beautiful, it was glossy, but I'm not gonna be putting this on my lips again. This one I liked, but I feel like the opinions about this are very different amongst different people. This is a Colourpop Pretty Fresh Tinted Foundation Balm. I have it in shade Fair 4, and I believe this was a neutral shade. This is really easy to use, really easy to blend. It's very skin-like, it's not too glowy, it's not too matte. It adhered to my skin in a really nice way. It wore for a really long time. I have no issues with this whatsoever. It's also not too thick. I feel like the... Can I open this? I feel like the balm from Anastasia Beverly Hills that I also have, that is a sort of a similar idea, is a little bit heavier. I feel like this is a little bit more lightweight. I actually have been really enjoying it. This is a very foolproof, like, easy to use product for me. I never have any issues with applying this. This is the Beauty Creations Duet eyeshadow palette that I bought. This was in Feeling Mauvey, and I did a couple of looks with this, and I have some thoughts. The shimmers in this are really beautiful. The matte selection in here, I don't really understand. I feel like these are very light on the eye. Like, all of these are super light on the eye, and then you're only left with this purple shade that you can use in the crease. So then you will get a very purple like outer crease. I feel like these are too similar, even though these are a different formula. I feel like these are too similar. I just don't understand this row of mattes here. I feel like the mattes in this palette are pretty subpar, especially in comparison to the shimmers. Like, these shimmers are absolutely stunning. The mattes are just, they are not great. They are powdery, they are not buildable. I would think that I could use this at least in the crease. This kind of like warm-ish brown. Didn't work. It's all too light, and then you are left with so little options for the 8 shades that you have. Like, this doesn't make sense to me, this color story. And yeah, the formula is no more than just okay. Here I have the Shimmer Lip Balm by Catrice. This is from the Holly Glazing collection once again, and this was in C1 Jingle Balm. This is pretty cute. It's like a light kind of like pinky berry shade. It's kind of like thin. It has a little bit of a shimmer in it. It is quite nice, but at the same time, nothing too crazy special. Nothing I am really like thinking about. When will I wear that again? I'm excited to wear this again. Like, that doesn't really happen. Like, this is an okay product. Has a little bit of that like chemically berry scent that Catrice does a lot. And I feel like whenever like lip products have that, I just kind of like automatically forget about them because I do not enjoy the experience of applying with these. Like, the product itself and how it looks on the lips, it isn't even bad, but I just feel like that scent really puts me off of things and I cannot help it. I do have to say it. For the rest of this, it's pretty cute. It's not my preferred like style of product and application. Okay, I'm gonna try to be a little bit quicker. This is the Essence Aloha Babes Lash and Brow Gel Mascara. This was just way too wet, and when a brow gel is just way too wet, it will weigh your brows down. It will at least weigh my brows down before it can dry down. So I'll put it in, brows are falling down, it will dry down like that, and they will look super weird and wet. Another Spring Awakening product. I don't know what it was with this collection because this was way before I had my YouTube break. This is the Glitter Balm Cushion. So I did not understand how to use it. So once again, user error when I did my first impression of this collection. This is a very glittery highlighter. This is not something that I'm really gonna put on my body or on my like cheeks. It's very, very glittery. It's more of like a loose shimmer product for me. I don't find this style of applying like convenient in any way. I did ruin this product as well because I didn't really understand like that I was supposed to apply it through the sponge, which I just don't think is convenient at all. I get that we have to think of new things, new ways to like entice people to buy things. It needs to work different, it needs to look different, but here I just don't feel like different is better. It is just very chunky, shimmery, and just the packaging, I cannot see myself going on my face with such a big sponge with glitter. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, the product itself, like inside here, there's quite a nice powder, but I don't really see use for it. This is the Essence Aloha Babes Lip Oil. This seemed very like cute and shimmery, but on the lips it's just a clear gloss. It smells slightly of coconut. The applicator is quite nice. The packaging is quite cute, but it's just another clear gloss by Essence. I have here the Juicy Balm Body Mist that I bought. This is the Caramel Crush one. I just felt like at least this range of like body mist, I feel like they're doing some new ones now, are very on the nose and kind of like chemically, and I find them to be a little bit too intense, and like there's nothing complicated about this. Like, I just smell kind of like something chemically in there. It just doesn't smell like the actual caramel. It doesn't smell edible, and I kind of feel like that is what I was expecting from it, and that isn't what this is giving. Alright, let's talk about some more W7. Some of these are newer, some of these are older, at least to me. This is the W7 Light Pop Liquid Highlighter. This is a really nice, light, fresh pink, easy to blend, very smooth, not glittery. This is beautiful. It just adds a lovely amount of light to my face. It was pretty easy to blend in. I do really like this. In that same launch, we also had the Reflectful Cream to Powder Highlighter, and this is in shade Halo Pearl. This is a putty highlighter that is very shimmery. It adds a lot of like, kind of like pinky, iridescent shimmers to the cheeks. It is quite nice. It's quite beautiful, but I do feel like there are shimmery highlighters that I like more, that I feel like blend into the blush better, that blend into my natural like skin type a little bit better. I just felt like this was almost there, almost that wet look shimmery highlighter. Like, it's nice, it's okay, but it's not like blowing my mind. This Tinted Pop Jelly Glow Balm wasn't for me at all. This is kind of like this pH reacting balm, but it's very thin. And so thin that I kind of feel like this is drying out my lips. This is not a comfortable formula for me. I don't like the way it looks. There's no glossiness, no glowiness. It just adds a little bit of a tint. This is definitely the type of product that you have to add something on top to still get a little bit of hydration. And I feel like that is not worth it, because there are other slightly tinted lip products that already give me that, just one product. Like, if you bought this, or if you want to buy this, or if you're interested in this, or you have this, there are definitely ways to make this work, to combine it with things, because it does add that pH tint. But also, I'm just not a big fan of pH reactive products. I just feel like the tint is often kind of like similar, except sometimes it's a little stronger and sometimes it's a little lighter. It's just a kiss of a tint. This one is pretty subtle. Then we have this Lip Bounce Light Reflecting Lip Gloss by W7, and this is just very shimmery. It is very, very shimmery. This is intensely shimmery. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite gloss, but that is also because I'm not into like super like glitter forward glosses. I like a gloss that is both glossy and glittery, like if it's more infused, a little bit of both. I feel like this is a little bit more like glitter forward. Then this one, this Be Nude, what is this called? It's just called lipstick, Be Nude lipstick. This is a blurring liquid lipstick. This was not for me. Very thin, very uneven looking, kind of drying, emphasizing lip lines. This is just what I talked about when I talked about those liquid lipsticks from Makeup Revolution. I was thinking about this. I thought, how can it be so much different from this? How is it possible that Makeup Revolution can do something that basically no other brand can do? And yeah, this is just what it's usually like. Too thin and dry. Okay, I have gathered here everything that isn't the Alice in Wonderland collection by Essence and Catrice, and it's still a lot. I'm gonna do my best to kind of like speed through this a little bit. So this is the Essence Beautifying Face Powder from the Wonder Woman collection. This is beautiful. It has a soft glow to it. It has a soft like freshness to it. I don't feel like this is super colored, at least on my skin. It is just a beautiful finishing powder. It never looks heavy. It's just really nice. And I actually want to put this like right here in front of me and use it more because I really enjoy this. These glosses, also from the Holiday Glazing collection. I totally forgot how big this collection actually was. These glosses are the Holly Glazing Lip Color CO1 Holly Jolly Glaze and CO2 Under the Missile Tint. This Holly Jolly Glaze is so beautiful. It is nice and glossy, not super glossy, not super thick, but there is something about the way this looks on the lips. It's kind of like what I wish a lip tint would look like. It is just a nice amount of gloss, a nice sheer tint that is just smooth all over the lips. I feel like this is such a beautiful flattering color. This one is a little darker, a little bit more like scary for me to use and not as much of a go-to, the CO2, but also really beautiful. These are really cute glosses. They are teeny tiny, like easy to throw in a bag. They have really small like applicators as well, but I just really enjoy them. They just have this nice amount of glossiness to them that isn't like too thick or goopy or like intense. It's kind of like a slightly glossy lip tint without actually being staining. This Catrice Cushion Contouring Stick that was in the, what was this collection called? The Coffee collection. The Espresso Yourself collection by Catrice. This formula is just really nice. I love the color of this as well. This is CO1, I believe. CO1 Iced Latte Love. This is just, it's not the most practical packaging, but if you just grab the product from the sponge and not try to draw it on directly, because I just feel like this is way too like big, at least for my face. If you just take it from the stick or like the sponge and then apply it on the skin, this is really skin-like, beautiful color, easy to blend. It's beautiful. It just has a nicest neutral bronze color, which I feel like suits my skin tone very well, but that is of course a personal like preference. It's just very skin-like and it's just not flat, but it's also not glowy. I just wish that they put this in a different packaging. And then I have some more products from the Essence G-Haul collection. I do not know why I never filmed with this. Probably I was planning to. So this is the blush stick. I actually think that this blush stick is really beautiful. I've actually used this quite a bunch. It's a really warm pink, a little bit of a toasty pink, really easy to use. Just creamy, not glossy, not sticky, buildable. Just a really nice, like, kind of standard, but in a nice way. Cream blush formula. Then we have these two lippies. I have a G-Haul Plumping Lip Oil. I don't feel like there's much plump to it. By the way, there's a boot in this cap, which is pretty cute. This didn't do much for me. It's kind of like you apply nothing. It's an interesting product. You apply it, you're like, oh, maybe this will be cute. And then it doesn't really look like much has changed. This wasn't anything amazing. Didn't make a difference for me, really. And then we have the G-Haul Shiny Gloss. This is It's Me Howdy. This is pretty cute, slightly bronzy, very small shimmer particle, looks nice and glossy. It's very sheer, kind of nice, but kind of forgettable at the same time. Like, it was okay. I have here a couple Catrice glosses from the Eternal Red collection. So that was kind of like their cherry collection. These are actually really cute. They are sheer, they are shimmery, they are shiny. They have pretty cute shades, kind of like a softer red, this kind of like purpley darker shade, and then this lighter peach. Actually really beautiful glosses. I really enjoy these. They look amazing on the lips. They feel quite nice. did these have a scent? It's been a while. It does have kind of like a cherry scent. You will smell that, but I didn't feel like this was a scent that really remained on lips. Pretty cute glosses. I do really enjoy these. Like, these were glosses that I thought about, that I remembered, like, oh, I want to wear those again. Then I have another Aloha Babes product from Essence. This is the Clicky Stick, kind of like this mauve shade. This is really nice. It's just really easy to use, sheer, not too thick, not gloopy, nice glossiness, really beautiful color. A really slight, maybe kind of like florally scent. This was really nice. Then I have here Essence the Jeans Club eyeshadow stick. I just feel like these as an eyeshadow stick aren't super easy to use. Like, you can blend them out somewhat, but I'd rather just grab a powder eyeshadow. I feel like that's much easier. But using this as kind of like a smudgy liner at the top or in the waterline or at the bottom of your eye, that works really well, but I wouldn't really like base my eye look on this. I feel like that is not easy enough to do. I have here 2 lip products, also from the Eternal Red collection, lip scrub and lip mask. These were okay, like nothing really that stood out to me. Didn't really love the scent of these. I like the scent of the lip glosses more. Like, this is a little bit too chemically for me. This lip scrub I felt like was a little bit too soft. I want a lip scrub that's a little bit more like gritty. I wanted to actually like scrub off my lips. I want to feel it, and that didn't really happy with that one. This is kind of like a reddish lip mask. Like, the scent is, it's okay. It's not the worst. This has kind of like a reddish tint to it. These are okay. I like them, but I feel like they're kind of forgettable. And we have seen so many lip scrubs and lip masks and things like that from Catrice, and these are not my absolute favorites from the things in this category that they have come out with. These glossy lipsticks from the Espresso Yourself collection, I was really impressed with. And we have 3 different shades. These are really beautiful, kind of like toasty shades. One of them is a little bit more pinky. We have a lighter one and some deeper shades. Glossy, easy to wear, easy to throw on. I really like the packaging on these. These are just really beautiful, and I really like them with kind of like a brown lip liner. Stunning. I have here some liquid eyeshadows from the, what is this collection called? The Desert Dune collection. I really enjoyed the blushes and the, I don't know what I'm hearing. I really enjoyed the blushes and the bronzers from this collection as well, or the bronzer that I tried. And these liquid eyeshadows, they are pretty easy to use, but I also don't feel like these are super impressive. Like, they are just kind of like satiny eyeshadows. You can pretty easily blend them out with a finger or a brush. This is just for the easy one and done look. You can do a really beautiful look with them, but for me they are like special or sparkly enough to warrant like going the liquid eyeshadow route. Here I have one of these Essence, what was this called? Like the Rare Bears Blind. I lost the ability to speak. I've been sitting here for more than an hour. The Rare Bears Blind Box Lip Gloss. And this is in the shape of a bear. You're supposed to use it as like a keychain, or like you can use it however you want, but it is a keychain if you want to use it that way. This is a very teeny tiny applicator. It is just kind of like a sheer clear gloss. Smells a little sweet. There's nothing special about this actual product. It's really about the bear part of it. If you are not interested in having a bear keychain, then you don't really need to buy it for the lip gloss part. This is just like for fun. That is what it is. If you think this is fun, it might be for you, but it's just like the product itself, you don't need it. Like, you probably have something like this in your collection. If you don't, then it is because you're not someone who wears a clear gloss, and then you also don't need it. We have the W7 Lip Twister Lip Liner. This is actually pretty cute. I got this kind of like chocolatey brown shade. Creamy enough, easy enough to use, quite a nice brown lip liner. There is nothing I can really say about this that I did not enjoy. This is shade Rust. Like, it worked, and I have the same thoughts about this Nude X lip liner by Beauty Creations in shade Toxic. It's also this twist up lip liner. It's creamy enough. It's easy to use. Like, it's easy to get a precise line. I enjoy it. It wore long enough for me to be like, okay, I can work with that. So yeah, I like these lip liners. I don't feel like these are like new favorites. They didn't really stand out that much. Okay, a few more things from the Wonder Woman collection. We have these Blush Affairs blush duos from the Catrice Wonder Woman collection. And these are shades 010 Champion for All and 020 Powerful Together. These were a little bit softer in pigmentation than the blush duos that they have or had. I don't know what's the deal with them right now. I feel like they still have them, right? The blush duos that they have in their regular range, they are a little bit more pigmented than this, but these are pretty easy to build up. Like, you can build them up. You have a cream and a powder, and that usually really helps. Like, if you apply the powder on top of the cream, you have something to adhere to. I do enjoy these. Like, I like these more than something like super pigmented, but this is not gonna work if you have a deeper skin tone. Like, if you're medium to deep, this is not going to show up on you. I do like these. Like, the cream is pretty easy to use. The powder is pretty easy to use. Like, these work together really well, but they are just a little bit on the softer side. I have here the Catrice Wonder Woman Magic Lip Balm 020 Proud. And this was a twist up lip balm. It has kind of like a similar packaging as those Midnight Sun lip glosses, where you twist it at the bottom and then you have this applicator with a little hole in it where it comes out of. This was pretty cute. Nothing too special, just a nice gloss, nice basic gloss. It's kind of like this softer peachy pink shade. It is nice. I wore it a couple of times, enjoyed it. It's not something that I think is going to stay around in my collection for very long, but this is just not like super like interesting or hydrating, or it's nothing really about this that really pulls me in. Then we have the Shimmer Lip Glaze. This was very gritty, very shimmery, but very gritty. I didn't like the feel of this on the lips. It was just a little bit too textured for me. I feel like people could still enjoy this, but for me, I felt like it was pretty uncomfortable. Then we have the Superman Jelly Highlighter Stick, and this is just very subtle. There is something about this where it doesn't really show up. There's a little bit of shimmer in it. It's kind of like a cooling jelly stick. And then the shimmer is just a little chunky, but then the highlighter stick itself, it doesn't do much. I didn't really enjoy this formula. Like, it's okay, but it doesn't really do enough except for adding some chunky shimmer for me to grab for this, for me to really enjoy this. It is time. It is finally time for the last round of products. This has been quite the endeavor. If you're still here, I appreciate you. Okay, so let's go into a collection that I quite enjoyed. The Alice in Wonderland collection. Let's start with this Alice in Wonderland eyeshadow palette by Essence. And this is 01 All Smiles here. I think this is pretty cute. Like, this is quite a nice palette with some pretty nice shimmers in here. You can do some softer neutralish looks with this. I overall quite liked the palettes in this collection. I do feel like this is my least favorite because it did end up looking very soft, and I feel like of the other palettes just gave me a little bit more of an oomph, a little bit more pigment, a little bit more contrast. Like, this is just really soft. Also in the formulation, it just blends out very soft. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just a softer palette in formula and in colors. I do feel like if you want to do like a very easy on the go, like quick everyday look, like, you can definitely do it with this palette, but this was not my personal favorite. Like, I have done looks just to kind of like get through these palettes and the shades, where I did a look on the one side with one of the other palettes and a look on the other side with this palette, and it just looked a little bit like almost a little bit lackluster. I don't really know how else to describe it. It just wasn't exactly it for me. This one, however, I did really enjoy. This is the eyeshadow palette by Essence in 02 Running As Fast As I Can. This is such a fun palette. I have really enjoyed it. You can go a little bit more soft and neutral, but you can also go more like reddish punchy pink. There's some really beautiful shimmers in this, but some are a little bit softer, some are very impactful. Like, these are really beautiful. I have done some really beautiful looks. I have really enjoyed it. I love the mix of neutrals and kind of reds, but not exactly like super red. It's kind of like softer reds, and I feel like this is just a little bit more punchy. It's a little bit more pigmented. You can really get like contrast with this palette, even though this one isn't like super light, but I feel like just these shades, you can really deepen up a look with this, and this is like my favorite, I think, from this range. Then I'm gonna try not to blind you. This is the Alice in Wonderland eyeshadow palette by Catrice in CO2 in a World of My Own. This packaging I don't like. As you can tell, like, I don't want to be able to do my makeup in the packaging of an eyeshadow palette. It is quite distracting for it to be so reflective. It's also not very practical when you're filming. This is a little bit of a softer color story. But I don't know, I just really have been enjoying it. There are some really nice like satin shades. Like these are very satin, but they are really nice in the inner corner. This is very pigmented. Like it's a little bit softer in contrast than the other Catrice palette, but I don't know, I've just really been enjoying it. You can kind of like mix and match. You have some softer shimmers and then you also have some topper shimmers that really take the look to the next level. I definitely think this is an interesting color story. I love the kind of like soft pinky mauviness that is in here. This is cute. I like the formula in here, and I just feel like overall, like even though I have some like nitpicky things to say about the eyeshadow formulas that we have here in these palettes, I feel like they did a good job with these eyeshadow palettes for this like Sister Love collection, because sometimes in the Sister Love collection there are some really subpar eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like with all of these eyeshadow palettes you can do fun looks. I wouldn't say that these are the perfect formulas, the perfect palettes, but you can do some fun looks, and there are definitely some shades in the palettes that are actually like stunning and they really take your breath away and that are really like next level, and that is usually not what happens with these collections. So I am impressed. But with some shades it's a little bit more of a mix and match and how and where you apply it. Like not all of these shades are exactly the same like level of exciting. Alright, another one where it's like, is it a mirror or a palette? I can do my makeup in this for sure. So this is C01, Meet Me in Wonderland, and this is just a very contrasting. I did not realize that this was a dupe for, I think this was a Makeup by Mario palette, like Ethereal Moonlight or something like that. I was not aware of that, but I definitely think they were going for that. A very contrasty, beautiful, like neutral tones. You can go a little bit more like into the blacks or this kind of like muted purpley shade. You can do some really nice looks with these shimmers. Like there are some stunning shimmers in here. It's a little bit less satiny, I feel, than the other palettes. I do feel like these are a little bit similar. They could have been a little bit more creative with those color choices, but I guess if they're duping a palette and the palette has that, that's what they're gonna do. This is quite a nice formula. It's really buildable. Like you can get some contrast here. This is really light, this is really light, and then you can even go into this black and really add some contrast. I think they did a good job here. Alright, this Alice in Wonderland Luminizing Compact Powder in C01, slightly confused. I said it before and I'll say it again, and it's true now for a little bit of a different reason. I am slightly confused by this powder. So I tried it for my kind of like first impressions roundup, and I actually quite like this as a highlighter because I don't know, it just suited the blush that I tried it with, and it was quite a nice highlighter. Then recently I tried this again as a highlighter, and I think it didn't really suit the blush that I had on, and it looked super weird and blue and purpley. It's not super glowy. I feel like with the right blush this could maybe work as a highlighter. I know that it can work as a highlighter because I managed to do that one time, but this is a tricky one. I wouldn't really say use this as a highlighter and just don't really think about it, because there's a little bit of a blue hint to this for sure. This can be used as kind of like a finishing powder, but it does have the blueness in it. I have used it on my forehead. It did work. It didn't look too weird, but I also have a neutral to cool undertone. I think if you're really like warm in undertone, then maybe that will look a little bit odd and the blue will really come through. The packaging of this is really fun. I think it's a fun like looking product, but it's not very practical, and I feel like if you want something like this, kind of like a glowy setting powder, then I would just go for the Catrice regular range, like glowy finishing powder that they have now. That's kind of like slightly pinky. I feel like that is a little bit more like natural and easy to use. Oh wait, this is not a Alice in Wonderland collection product. This is the Essence Wonder Woman Duochrome Eye Pencil in I'm Falling For You. This is really nice, but I said it before and I'll say it again, and my opinion hasn't changed. This is very creamy, it's very pigmented, very beautiful metallic blue eyeliner, absolutely stunning. This is so pigmented. I have here two Essence Plumping, I cannot even read this, Plumping High Shine lip glosses, and we have two different shades. They look the same on the lips because these are just very sheer with a shimmer. I was hoping, oh, these have a lot of air bubbles. This looks kind of crazy. These have so many, are you gonna be able to see this? So many air bubbles. That is crazy. I don't know what happened there. These disappointed me a little bit. I thought these were gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna add a little bit more color to the face, to the lips. But these are very sheer with a little bit of a hint of shimmer in them. There's nothing wrong with this formula. It feels very comfortable on the lips. It looks glossy. But I am just a little disappointed to once again see them come out with clear glosses, or basically clear glosses. Give me some different colors, because that is the actual fun in buying new makeup. Getting something new, and if it's a clear gloss every time, I'm just kind of like, why? What is the point? Is it just the packaging? Like, do you just want me to buy this for the packaging? If I buy things just for the packaging, then it will end up being decluttered. So yeah, a little disappointed here. I thought these looked really fun, like in the promos on the website. Before I saw these in real life, I thought these are going to be so cute. Okay, so this is the Essence Keychain Sheer Lip Balm. This is pretty cute, but nothing too like special. It is a slight pinky tint. I feel like I can get this from other things in a more convenient packaging. There's nothing wrong with this. Has that very chemically berry scent that I don't really love. I feel like that is the thing that they do with these types of packaging lip balms. Maybe I should just stay away from them. But I did like the way this looked on the lips. But it's just not special enough for me to actually want to like go in with my finger and get my finger dirty for my lip product. It feels like a commitment. Okay, this one I did feel was special enough to get my finger dirty. Didn't expect to say that sentence today. So this is the Essence Disney Alice in Wonderland lip mask. It's C01 swirling around. So this is a lip mask that is actually purpley, and I love the shade of this. Has a little bit of a chemically scent. I don't love it, but this is glossy and this is purpley, and I find this such a nice product because it has a different kind of shade. It's just a fun shade. It is different. It makes it worth it for me to actually like go into this product, apply it on the lips, and have it in this style of packaging. Like, I do not have a product like this in a like tube style packaging or just like a bullet lying around, where I will be like, okay, I will just reach for that then. And yeah, I just get really excited about purpley lip products, and I feel like this was really hydrating and glossy and nice on the lips. This one I loved. This is the Alice in Wonderland liquid highlight. This is in the shade 02 Glowing Down the Rabbit Hole. This is so smooth. It is so glossy. It looks so good on the skin. It's really like this metallic look almost when you like swatch it. It looks so nice on the actual skin. It blends into blush so beautifully. I really think this is one of my most beautiful liquid highlighters. This is stunning. Then this highlighter I feel like could have been a little bit more punchy. This is the Catrice Alice in Wonderland Diamond Haze Highlighter in C01 Dream Bigger. This is just kind of like sparse in the purpley shimmer. And I just felt like this was very soft and subtle on the cheeks. I just wish that it was a little bit more like shimmer throughout and a little bit more of a wet look. I was just kind of like soft, a little addition of a little bit of a like hint of shimmer, a little bit of a hint of like purple. For me, for this collection, this could have been a little bit more punchy. It's a little soft. Also because the other Diamond Haze highlighter is like way more sparkly. It didn't have to be on that level, but somewhere more like in that realm. This is the Essence Jelly Jewels liquid eyeshadow, or like, this is not a liquid eyeshadow, glitter eyeshadow topper 01 Be Adventurous. I'm just calling things whatever I want to call them at this point. I've been filming for way too long. So this is kind of like the jelly in a pot, like shimmer topper, really sparkly, really easy to apply, really easy to wear. Like, it doesn't crease, it just really dries down and adheres to the lids. Beautifully textured without being like too chunky. Really beautiful. Last thing I want to talk to you about in this collection and in this video is going to be the blushes from this collection. So we have the Catrice blush sticks from Alice in Wonderland. We have this kind of like pinky shade and this purpley shade. This purpley shade I love. It's so beautiful, pigmented. It looks really nice on the cheeks. It isn't sticky or heavy or too dewy. It doesn't have any shimmer. It's just like a cream blush. It's kind of like on the thinner side, but I still feel like it's pretty smoothing on the cheeks. Really love this color as well. This is such a beautiful kind of like muted, softer purple. Stunning. This pink one is a little softer. Like, you really have to build this up. There's not as much pigment. It's a similar formula, of course. Like, it's the same formula, but it's not as pigmented. And I just found that kind of surprising. Like, every time I used this, I was like, where's the blush? And I just had to build it up and build it up and build it up. I still like this, but I feel like the purple is just tons better than this one. It makes more sense. Like, it doesn't take as much effort to apply. It's a more interesting color. This one is just kind of like this softer peachy pink that you see more often. I just feel like this is special. This I'm going to be reaching for. This one is just a little bit like soft and subdued. And then these blushes, these are the luminous blushes. These are the baked blushes. We have this pinky one that has a golden sheen, really beautiful, punchy, glowy, very, very glowy. These are glowy blushes, okay? So these are only if you really want your cheeks to glow. They do have quite a lot of base color to them. Well, this one has quite a lot of base color to it. The other one is a little bit softer. Really beautiful, really fun shade. I love this formula. It's very similar to the glowy baked blushes that they have in their regular range. And then we have this one. And this one I think is the most interesting one. This is a really... Let me see if I can open this up. This is a really interesting like combination in the base and then the sheen. So we have kind of like this nudie brownie peachy base, and then the sheen is kind of like purple. It's so interesting. It makes it so that the blush is nude, but it pulls the blush kind of like to something more cool tone, which makes it a little bit more wearable for me with my neutral to cool undertone. Really beautiful, really nice blush topper as well. But for me, this definitely also worked on its own. I feel like if you have a deeper skin tone, maybe this wouldn't be like the first choice to wear on its own. It has a beautiful glow to it. It's a really interesting choice for color. I feel like they really went out of their way a little bit, or like they actually did something special here. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. This was it for this huge update, but I'm so glad that I finally filmed this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.